It's kind of like another parable that is not scriptural. Some of you have maybe heard this, about a carpenter, very, very gifted craftsman, who worked for a particular builder for decades. And he was faithful and he was loyal and his work was impeccable. And he got close to retirement and he told his boss that he was done. He's ready to retire. And his boss gave him a $10,000 bonus, which isn't much. And the request that I'll give you this $10,000 bonus if you'll build one more house for me, just one more. And the carpenter said, okay, I'll do it. And it happened to be in the most beautiful part of the town, on the most beautiful property with the best views, and everybody coveted that spot. And this builder asked his carpenter who was ready to retire, will you build this perfect dream home for me before you finish? I just want to benefit from this one last construction project that you're going to help me with. And he gave him unlimited access to funds to build this as beautifully as he could. Well, the carpenter was a little put off by that. He was thinking, only a $10,000 bonus for doing all this extra work, whatever. And so he did the construction, but he cut corners here, he put shoddy work in there, and it wasn't great because he was a little bit feeling very negative about this the whole time. At the end of that experience, the house was complete, everything was finished, and the builder came to his carpenter who had just completed this project, and with a big smile on his face, handed him the keys to this house. And he said, you just built your own house. It's my real gift to you. Thank you for all those years of service. At which point the carpenter realized, oh, I had no idea I was building this for me. I thought I was building this for you. And it made me kind of frustrated. Brothers and sisters, that theme, that idea is going to show up, and it's going to keep popping up through these sections and through the history of the church. Sometimes we get resentful. Sometimes we get this feeling that God's asking me to do this for Him. Brothers and sisters, let's be honest. God doesn't need you to do anything for Him. He holds worlds without number in His hand. When He gives us resources, when He asks us to build things and to consecrate and to do things and to keep commandments, it's not for Him. It's not to give Him anything. It's Him who, ironically, is actually using all of those means, all of these things that He's given us, time, talent, energy, effort, experience, knowledge, wisdom, everything. Our very life, it's given to us as a tool, as a resource to build something. But at the end of the day, we're not building a house. We're building a character. We're building our life. We're building discipleship, not just in us, but in other people. And you're going to see that sometimes working well and sometimes working very poorly. Why? It's not because God doesn't have this figured out. It's not because God hasn't given us the right resources or enough opportunity. It's because of the use of agency. And we're going to see that throughout the history of the church and, quite frankly, throughout the history of the world and all Scripture, not just in the Doctrine and Covenants.